Namaste, Namah Shivaya. Hello everyone, to you watching this about in silence. Never, like Krishna said to Arjuna, never has there been a time where me or you have not existed. We see physical things and we think that is existing. It might be, but if something exists only temporary, then does it really exist? If I give you a birthday present and then take it away a week later, did I really give you a birthday present? So what I'm saying with this is to destroy your external belief in all that you see. Because all that you are seeing, consciousness is seeing and being conditioned by. So what I'm saying, my advice is, don't have to do anything, but what I'm recommending for if you are on this, if you seek God and truth and enlightenment and going beyond your body, that's what I suggest. If you don't even know what I'm talking about, I still suggest this. Inquire into your own feeling of being alive. Go deeper in it. And then again, realize what it is. It's not a thing. It's not something. It hasn't ever been temporary. Only thing from Maya, you judge it as temporarily because you experience it sometimes and then you go out of it. But even when you're out of it, it is still eternally happening. And what is eternally happening? It's God. It is consciousness. It is truth. It is Bhairava. It is Shiva. So, not the thoughts, not your imagination, feelings or emotions. That is not what has always existed. But you as a soul, as the energy of God, has always existed. And the source of that, which is God, which is Shiva, hasn't even ever existed, but that's real existence. It's the foundation of all things, but it doesn't exist itself. It is transcendentary. It is transcendental. It is beyond anything. So anything used to describe it is false. It is silent. That silence is unbroken, always everywhere, but truly nowhere. Everything I'm speaking about is actually you yourself. Again, not your mind, thoughts, feelings, emotions, body. What you imagine yourself to be. Even if you imagine yourself to be consciousness or God or Brahman, it's still false. It is correct, intellectual wise, but it is incorrect even in the eyes of actually returning to God. Yeah, everything is correct, but believing yourself to even be light, to even be consciousness, is just as false as believing yourself to be a woman when you are female. It's just as false as believing yourself to be this or that. The silence gives rise to Shakti, gives rise to energy, frequency, vibration, which your soul is. It's Parashakti itself. You are Kali. You are the goddess. You've never experienced anything which was male, except yourself, even if you are female. But all males and females are all Shakti. I'm going to be like, what are you saying? I'm using symbolic language, and it's not my knowing. Yet I've realized the same and experienced the same. I make up this knowledge. Like Bhagavan, Josiah, Bhairava had said, my guru, the only baptism you need is to bathe in the infinite ocean of silence. I hope I didn't misquote, but if I'm off by a word or two, it's still the truth remains. What has always existed is your energetic self as soul, but the source of that has really always existed. It's beyond all things, even the goddess. And that's the problem with spirituality. People get lost on the goddess or on energy and spirit. If you keep experiencing things, it could make you go crazy. I know it because I've experienced a lot beyond the physical. But if it's not approached with intuition, if it's not experienced with intuition and awareness, especially silence, it is just as much as experiencing a physical thing or watching a movie on a TV in real life or in the 3D doing something, because you're only seeing what's being seen. In physical life, you're only seeing what's being seen and thinking, but even in a spiritual experience, you're only seeing what's being seen. Also, potentially, if your ego's still there, it is thinking and judging the experience. If it's not there, which is good, it's just observing it. But in that moment, you must know and be yourself, who you are, which is Shiva, so that a spiritual experience actually leads you to the highest truth. So that a spiritual experience is not just another experience of lights and fireworks. Or if, let's say, it's not even that, like, let's say you're seeing things or spiritual beings or seeing energy or feeling energetically. That's also good though. Feeling everything is good, nothing is bad. If something happens, it's because it had to happen. It should have happened. Even let's say if my body, so that you guys can understand this for yourself, even let's say if my body drives, go after this video, gets in my car, drives and crashes fully, it's perfect. Because I'm not the body who's crashing the car. I am, because God is also all things and within it. But I will still remain myself. The body will still continue acting how it's acting. What I'm trying to say is subtle and important, that when you're not identified with the body, you are God, and whatever happens with the body is whatever it is. And it's so perfect and beautiful and exactly how it should be. But if you're placed in your body while whatever happens, you're gonna judge it. The body will judge it. And even if your body judges something, you can pull yourself back to awareness, where you observe a judgment and let it fade away into the infinite void of yourself. Because where do you think these thoughts come from? Also from God. But why is God manifesting it? When you realize what truth is, you realize God doesn't have to anymore. It's like a good guide or good tips that are being told to you. But you, or God already knows everything. So when you're thinking or praying to God, you are blaspheming God. When you think or pray to God, think about God, or pray to God, or ask things for God, or say something to God. Trying to do that is blaspheming God. It's disrespectful to God. It's not really disrespectful for real, but it is kind of, when you realize what you are really doing. God already knows everything. Before you say it, He knows it. So just be. You don't have to say or think anything. Because before you say or think anything, it's already known by the universal source. And again, you should know and go to that place where you realize and awe that universal source. It's not that I'm the universal source. It's not that you are the universal source as well. It's that there is universal source. It's all that really exists. And I am that and you are that. I've never suffered being myself. I've only suffered acting like myself. Also, I've never suffered being in silence, but I've suffered many times trying to do something or in action. As well, though, I've been in action and been in silence, and then even when a sufferable experience happens, I'm still not suffering because I'm silent or I'm formless. It's very important and subtle. I really heard what I just said, but hopefully I can reword it again so it actually comes through to you. Without thinking, just being, I can do that in meditating, or I can be that while acting. Because God doesn't change. Being is just returning to God. You can do that while meditating, or praying, or reading scripture. Or you can do that while doing anything. I can be drinking in the club. My body can be doing that. God can be manifesting that act. Yet God can remain and will remain God. So you, which is difficult, but this is the highest enlightenment, can be, remain, with awareness, not as an imagination, not that you are manifested and then think or act or imagine yourself to be God. You can return to God. Even if you're in a club drinking, even if you're busy robbing a house, even if you're busy literally, even if you're busy beating up someone, even if you're killing your enemies, you can still be God and it will be perfect. And it's not that your ego or your manifestation will be God, it's that God will be God and you will remain as that. Because that is natural. God to be God is natural. And you being, and that being is unconditioned or unidentified with anything else. Being doesn't have a second. Being doesn't have this or that. Being, when you return to silence, there's no Dita that exists for me here. There's no Dita. There's no Hans Dieter Christ. There's no blood leak. There's no family. There's no friends. There's no lovers. There's no haters. There's no desire or passion. There's not even love or hate. But this is real love. When you return to this, and it isn't even this or that, but while being God, only this is. This which I am in contact with, this which I really am, is always eternally free, is always eternally perfect, and giving all things life equally always. The truth is beautiful. Something more beautiful than this. I could cry right now. My home is beautiful. Where you come from is divine and perfect. This which I am has never not existed. It has lived millions of lives. It has observed trillions of experiences. Yet, I've always remained myself. Making these videos, I'm realizing, is not even me serving the divine. like I would like to think I am. I really am though. But why it's actually special making these videos, it's because it brings me myself back to God. I hope all who are suffering and all who know truth find this video with this extremely blissful truth that I know I could and I want to speak forever about it. But nothing more I could say can come closer to what I am and what you are and what God is. So actually, I should just think this with me. If you made it to your internally, it could be internally and externally, but internally more importantly, take a deep breath and then say this with me. I am, and think nothing afterwards. Think with me, I am. And that silence which happens afterwards is God. So you never have to say I am God or I am truth. Because when you say I am and surrender, what remains afterwards is God already. Yo, this weather's crazy. Oh shit. Shit.